Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racine Productions MC and producer. And today I am really happy to have with me Joshua Henry Jenkins. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you?
I am doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's such a pleasure to get to have this chat with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. And it's great talking to you. And you are doing something right now in quarantine. You're a part of this wonderful project. Tell us about it.
So, a friend of mine, Michael Ward, who is out of Atlanta, oddly enough, he and I have never met, which is kind of cool, and it's an interesting part of this process.
Uh-huh.
Is we both wanted to watch Punks together. He had posted
hmm
about wanting to see Patrick Ian Polk's film Punks, and he had a copy.
hmm
I had a copy, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a cool idea." He wanted to do a screening, and I was like, "Let's do it."
hmm
And so from that came this Black Gay Stuck at Home project, where we now after the really big success of the first screening, which we thought was going to be like a one-off, ended up turning into a bi-weekly film screening and live chat where we show a film that centers Black queer experience,
hmm
ideally by a Black queer filmmaker. And then we do a screening together as a community. Whoever wants to come can come. We do a really like sort of boisterous and lively live chat that happens in the Zoom comments. And then sometimes people hop in and join for Q&As at the end. So we've had Patrick and Polk come in and do a Q&A with us.
Oh,
We had Jensen Atwood come and do
okay.
one for Noah's
Oh, I
Ark.
love me some Jensen
I
Atwood.
know, right? And so it's like, we never know who's going to show up,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And so yeah, it's been a really sort of interesting and unique process, and part of the quarantine sort of life is building and trying to sustain community in new ways. And so this is sort of one of those ways we've dreamed up.
Of course, definitely. And I mean, it's one of those perfect things to do during a time like this because one of the things people are doing a lot is watching movies. Like people are watching new movies, people are rewatching old movies,
Yep.
people are watching old movies that they've heard about for years but have never actually checked out. Because I've been doing the same. I mean, I'm low-key a nerd and I never saw any of the Star Wars until now. I never saw
Me
any Star
either.
Wars. I literally took one weekend during this lockdown and I was like, you know what? Let me actually watch the Star Wars. And they're pretty good. And I was like, okay, I'm into this. This is cool. I see why
You're
it's a
better than
thing.
I am. I haven't done it yet.
So tell me, give me, an overview of some of the movies that you guys had, watched so far in the series.
Yeah, so we started with Punks. Then we moved and did Dirty Laundry, which was
Mm-hmm.
like a really great comedy. We've done Brother to Brother.
Oh,
We did Jumping the Broom, Noah's Ark Jumping the Broom,
of
which was at
course.
the time like, a nice little nostalgia moment, not knowing that they were going to go and do a
Do the
Corona.
reunion. Yeah.
Right. So that was a really like sort of awesome thing to see happen.
hmm
We also sort of did a double feature with Marlon Riggs, Tongues Untied, and Looking for
Mm.
Langston. And so we've kind of been going across the board with like different kinds of movies.
Yeah,
The last
different
one we did
genres.
was a film called Chocolate Babies by Stephen Winter. So sometimes they're like
Yes.
obscure,
hmm
very like, rare movies. And then sometimes it's the crowd favorite, like that everybody loves. Um, and sometimes it's comedy, and sometimes it's drama, and
It's
sometimes it's documentary. We kind of keep it like, give a variety of the different kind of things.
wonderful. And I know that you guys have, another one tomorrow. Tell me about that one.
So, if folks aren't aware, tomorrow is Jackie Washington Day, which, if you are a fan of the film Jackie's Back, you know what that means. If you aren't, then you should know that Jackie's Back is this really sort of like cult classic 1999 film that came on Lifetime of all places, but it stars Jenifer Lewis as this sort of like diva of the past who is sort of like making a documentary about her life. And so it's hilarious. It's like a mockumentary style film. It's sort of ridiculous and hilarious and
Uh-huh.
sort of offbeat. And it's Jennifer Lewis, and we know what Jennifer Lewis gives all the time.
All
And
the
this is
time.
like
We love
level
it.
10 Jennifer Lewis. Like this is her in all of her glory.
hmm
And so Yeah, so it's not necessarily a queer film, which I think I want to sort of highlight, but because oftentimes when I think about our development and identities, sometimes we have these moments where we have references from other kinds of films.
Of course.
You know, how much Dreamgirls was a part of my growing up in high school.
Girl, same.
So that is
same.
not
Oh my God, I was just listening to the soundtrack. Listen, I was just in the shower. The Dreamgirl soundtrack was on. I was getting my best life.
Yeah.
And then I came to do this interview. Okay, so I get what you mean. But, you know, Jackie's Back has, you know, this high camp aesthetic as well, which, you know, for many queer people, we gravitate to that a lot. We really like to gravitate to camp, definitely. So,
and that's what people keep telling us is people, when they recommend films, we always ask for recommendations. People always say, like, the Jackie's Backs, the Mahogany.
Yes.
These are like those things that, yes, high camp and, you know, extravagance. That
yes, of course. We love it. We love it.
Yes.
You know, so tell me, tell the audience if they wanted to follow you, keep up with you, keep up with the Black Gay Stuck at Home series, all of that. How are they able to do that?
So if you go to bgsah.com, that is where you can see sort of what we've done in the past. You can see what's coming up. You can go and through there, register for the, there's a registration required in order to get the Zoom link and the password, because we need to keep it secure these days. It's acting a fool sometimes. We've had some people crash the party, spam bots and things. Yeah, so yeah, bgsah.com. I was about to say BGC Live. That is not. bgsah.com, and then we're also on Instagram @_bgsah, and then we have a mailing list, so you can do all of that from the website and sort of keep in contact with us and see what's going on.
Thank you so much, Joshua, and thanks so much for joining me today. This was really a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thanks for all y'all are doing.
Of course, thank you. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone. Bye, Joshua.